evening and welcome to the Vision of Hope Talk Show. I don't know about you tonight, but I'm excited that the Vision of Hope Show is on the air. So I'm asking all of my viewers, my listeners, my friends, my colleagues, even the ones that I don't know yet. I'm looking forward to meeting you. But I want you to do something for me tonight. I want you to tune in because we're getting ready to go on the air for the Vision of Hope Talk Show. Hi, I am your producer and your host, Deborah Ringo, and we are going to have a great talk tonight. How are you doing? I want to say I thank Win TV for allowing us to be a part of the broadcast, Windsor TV. So I don't take it lightly that we're a part of Windsor TV. So I want you to know that I'm here for you. I'm here to encourage you and to build you up and to just let you know that you're not alone. You know, sometimes we do feel like we're all by ourselves and no one is with us. You know, we just feel like we're just moving along and no one else cares. Well, that's not true, but I know sometimes it does feel that way. So I want to encourage you a little bit tonight. I'm going to talk about a journey, talking about being on the journey. And while you're on the journey, when we're on the journey, we don't want to quit, but we want to continue on the journey. And sometimes on the journey, it gets a little lonely, you know, seem like it's just like you don't want to do it anymore, like you just want to give up, like you just want to throw in the towel. But I want to encourage you tonight to don't throw in the towel, because everything you've done up until this point is working for you. It doesn't feel like it all the time. And you could say, I've heard that before. Someone's always telling me that it's going to be okay, and it seems like it gets worse. It doesn't change. Well, the more it appears to be that way or feel that way, and all of that is valid, because if you're expressing that, then it's very important. But when you begin to feel that, don't quit, because you're almost there. You're almost where you're trying to go in your journey. And a journey is just what it says. It's a journey. The journey has a beginning. A beginning of whatever you're working on, where you're trying to go. You gotta start somewhere in the journey. You have to trust the process. A journey is a process of your goals, process of where you're trying to reach. You know, sometimes we have goals that are long-term goals. Sometimes we have short-term goals. It doesn't matter. A goal is a goal. So you have to give yourself time to reach the goal. And then when you reach the goal, you have to decide if you want to go a little further, or is that your plateau? Is that where you want to stop? But I don't think you want to stop where you are now. I think you want to continue on this journey that you're on. So let's talk about the start of the journey. Let me share some things about me. Let me talk about me tonight. Because remember, I told you at the opening that we were going to have a talk tonight. So my journey started, let's say it started about maybe 18 years ago. This journey that I'm on with the talk show, but there was a start. Remember, I said there's a start. I didn't just jump into the TV show, but I was doing something. I started with something before. And what I started with was I was teaching adult education courses. And I began to write pamphlets about what I was teaching. So the course that I was teaching throughout adult education in all the different towns was building your self-esteem. And you've probably heard me say building your self-esteem, announce it on the show, because I still teach those classes. I teach those classes in a classroom setting, and I also do the classes on a one-on-one. And a one-on-one is simply because sometimes people don't feel comfortable in a classroom setting. They don't feel comfortable in being honest about their self-esteem. Because when you think about self-esteem, it's just what it says, self-esteem. So you're talking about yourself. You're talking about there's something that you need to work on with yourself. So you're talking about your confidence, your motivation. You're talking about your self-worth. You're talking about loving yourself. You're talking about keep moving, don't stop. You got to build up your self-esteem before you can accomplish anything in life on your own. Now, it's easy to have someone to walk you through to the very end, but it becomes a challenge, and it becomes complicated when you have to do it on your own. But you have to have enough self-esteem. And sometimes while you're doing it, you're building your self-esteem. While you're doing it, you're building your motivation. While you're doing it, you're building your courage. While you're doing it, you're building your self-worth. So you got to build. The key is building. Okay? So that's where I started. I started with, I did the pamphlets and for my class. I did the layout for my class, the curriculum for my class, and I had some dynamite students to come in they were ready to talk about and be about what the class was about, and they left out. When they finished, they really excelled because I really tapped into where they were at that time. And if you continue to watch the show, I'm going to be bringing in some of my former students so they can talk about where they were and where they are now, because they built their self-esteem. You got to build your self-esteem. If you need help building your self-esteem, just reach out to me, Deborah Ringo, at dedringo@yahoo.com. Reach out to me, or you can call Win TV at 860-688-2626 for any of the CDs, or if you want to leave a message personally for me, Deborah Ringo, because I want to help you get over the hump that it's like you get up there and then you fall back down. I know what you're talking about, but you got to keep climbing until you leap over the hump. And once you get over, you can look over your shoulder and you can see where you've come from. That's what we want to do. So on this journey has been really, really good to me. It's been pleasurable in the way of me learning, of me excelling, because one of the things that I know that I have or had when I started this journey, I had excitement. I was just exuberant about what I was getting ready to do. I was ready to see the end already, and I had just started. That I had a passion for what I wanted to do. That's why I still come and do the show, because it's not because I hear from a lot of people, but I do know that I have viewers, because I go on my show and I look and I see that people do view the show. And sometimes I'm in the grocery store and people will come to me and say, "Are you that lady from Win TV?" You don't know what that does for me, okay? Now that builds me up really good. Like, okay, I have viewers. I got people that's watching. I got people that's depending on me. I'm saying something that people are remembering. If they don't, they're like, I can tell by your voice, or I can tell by your look. It doesn't matter to me what they can tell by. What matters is that they're tuning in and they're gaining something from the show. So that's why I'm here. All right. So I have a passion. I still have a passion. That's why I still do the show. So once I went from town to town and I was doing the adult education courses and I do the one-on-ones, I was doing them in the classroom, set up the appointments, and we meet in the classroom, set up the appointments. They come to my home, you know, and we just sit down and they just spill it all out. You need to spill it all out. When you're carrying all that stuff on the inside, it's hindering you. It's in the way. It's stopping you from moving forward. And all you want to do is quit. But that's not the time to quit. I'm not talking to quitters right now. And if you are, or if you think that you are, then after tonight you won't be a quitter if you're going to listen. Because you're not a quitter. You were made to gain something in the world. You were made to have an input. You were made to have a voice. You were made to accomplish. You just have to make up your mind what it is that you want to do in life and take the steps to do it. Now, it's not all about getting it done in 5 months, 8 months, or even in a year. Or maybe it may take you 2 years. You can go now and you can get you a associate's degree. Hello, in 2 years. You could take up a trade in something that you like, and you have it within a year or less. Then once you accomplish that, if you want your bachelor's, go for it. If you want your master's, go for it. If you want your PhD, why not? Why not? You're worth it. Whatever you want to do, as long as you got the passion for it and it's what you want to do, you can accomplish. Okay, so when I was doing the classes at the schools, at the adult education centers, it was evening classes because that's when they do adult education classes. I began to think about my next step. I said, because my ultimate goal was to be an anchor woman, okay? So I was thinking, where's my next step going to be? I know where I am now, and this is good, and I'm enjoying it. I have a passion. I love the results that the people are getting, blah, 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 blah. So I had this vision, and the vision was a tree, the root of a tree. So I felt to draw the root of the tree. So I drew it, and then I put branches on the tree reaching out. So on each branch, I put what I had already accomplished. So I put my Building Your Self-Esteem pamphlets that I wrote. I put what I was teaching out of that, letting go of your past to tap into your future. Because if you don't let go of your past, you won't be able to move forward. So if you're holding on to some things that hurt you, or maybe it even damaged you, you don't want to stay there, but you want to get beyond that so that you can excel, so that you don't walk around saying, if I had, I wish I had, I should have. That's not going to get you anywhere in life, okay? That's like a wheel that you're spinning on. So let's get off the wheel. So on those branches, I begin to name the courses that I taught in the classes. But on the root of it, I was stuck. I was like, well, what do I put here? And I heard in my spirit to put talk show. I thought, oh, talk show. I'm really excited now. I'm like, yes, but what would I name it? Then I heard the Vision of Hope talk show. Oh my God. I was so excited. I had to tell everybody that was aware of me, wanting to do this type, wanting to be on the air, wanting to be on some form of TV, wanting to just, this was me. This was a part of me. This is what I wanted. So what I did was I took my living room and I converted it into a studio. So I set it up just like what you see when this is aired. I set it up and I had my pastor with me, and I had one of the members of the church with me as well. And they would come and I would do the show and they would host, they would help me host, and they would tape it on the videos, they would tape it on the VCRs. It was all old fashioned. But guess what? It was a start. And I was excited because I knew I was going somewhere. I was doing that like once a month or twice a month. And it was the best thing that could have happened to me. So then I thought, okay, so how do I get this on air? How do I get this on air? So there was this pamphlet that came in my mailbox, and it said, it gave courses of what was happening in the Windsor area. And it also gave a blank area for those that wanted to present a show. And I thought, oh my God, this is me. Oh boy, I wrote that out. I was so happy, and I knew I was going somewhere. I was motivated. My confidence was in what I presented. My passion was in what I presented. And I want you to know, 18 years ago or better, I presented my paperwork, my show, to Windsor TV, Win TV. And here I am. Here I am, still on the journey. So what am I saying? Don't give up. Don't throw the towel in. Work it. Let the process, there is a process in anything that we do. And if you work the process, like I worked the process, you can be successful as well as I am. I'm successful. Doesn't matter what anybody thinks. I might be on a cable access channel, but I'm successful. Now, you're probably saying, well, where are you going to go from here? Don't you want to go on national TV? Of course I do. And I'm still pursuing to get on national TV. Okay, so in the meantime, there are some things I want to add to the show here. I want to have my own podcast. You know, just so you know, the Vision of Hope show is already on Facebook. I'm getting ready to put it on Instagram. So we're moving. That journey that I'm on, we're continuously moving. But I wanted to point out to you that there was a beginning, there was a start, and it was uphill. And I made sure, because it was something that was given to me, something that was put in my lap to run with the vision. Though it tarried, I did not give up. I did not throw the towel in. The Bible speaks about the vision. It say the vision will tarry, but wait on it, because it shall come to pass. So I'm waiting on another portion of the vision that I'm speaking of tonight to you to come to pass. But while I'm waiting, I'm encouraged. I'm not just sitting doing nothing, but I'm working on a podcast. I'm working on getting it onto Instagram. I'm already on the Facebook. So I've made some journey. My journey is constantly going up. I'm going over the hurdles. There's some mileage that I've covered. And also, I'm getting ready to do a new face on the Vision of Hope show, meaning you're going to see new things showing up. When we open up, you're going to see a new opening. These are the things I'm putting in position for my next level on the Vision of Hope show. Listen, I pray that we have been encouraging you to tonight, and I pray that I've supported you in the way of just sharing what my story is, what my journey is about, and how I've accomplished where I am. And I have not stopped. I'm not stopping, but I'm going to continue to move on this journey because I'm enjoying it. I have a passion. It's been given to me. Guess what? It's mine. So I am your host and your producer for tonight, none other than Deborah Ringo. Remember this, you can make it.